We're here in Barcelona with Lucas Cabrese from Emirates Team, today helming in Magic AC40. West-southwest winds with a messy and steep sea, and only sailing with one boat today. How did it go?
Well, as you well described it, it was very messy sea state, so yeah, it was really rough. But it was good to kind of get our minds around the techniques needed on those conditions. And yeah, it was just good to be out there in those conditions.
Yeah, despite the complicated messy sea state, we think your boat handling was impressive. You were sailing in manual or auto today?
It was a combination, but yeah, it was just so rough today, like you were describing. So it was mostly just trying to keep the boat upright and sailing, really.
So you were not expecting these sailing conditions, maybe, or yes, but for whatever, were they good to find the limits from the sails?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's good to push the limits. Obviously, in the small boats, the sea state scales differently. So, you know, we have 1 meter waves. It transferred to a much higher wave for the AC75. But it's still good to be out there and pushing the limits. And I think we got good learnings out of today.
We saw that you were using the leader, sometimes just in leeward side and then some other times both sides. What was the purpose?
With the leader, we're just trying to get good feedback from the sail shapes, really. That's what we're trying to do. So, yeah, no, the reason that sometimes one comes out is just to go chase alongside and make sure that we don't break it, but that's the only reason.
And you were having one design foil in port, custom foils in starboard, which looked smaller in area, perhaps a little bit thinner in the profile as well. Do they need a different sail trim?
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, definitely the one design foil is meant to be quite forgiving, and it's a bigger area. So potentially sometimes a little easier to sail on that foil, and the other one just a little twitchier, and it's just more propense to having different unstable moments, let's say. So yeah, it's just a little bit harder to sail on that foil.
So when helming, maybe in the maneuvers, when you're with sailing with the custom one, you need to be like more carefully than with the
potentially, yeah, you could say that.
Tiene una boya, creo.
Gilo Nobili, Operation Manager at Rossa. Gilo, tricky condition this week. Yeah, looking forward, what is the plan?
Yeah, we had last week of 2-boat racing, and was tricky. The weather was not collaborating too much. We tried to do as much as possible, but even today we got nothing or 26 knots, so that's what it is. We are moving in a very big, important phase for us, where we start to get our boat ready for the competition. So now we need to switch a little bit of our focus on the youth and women, and preparing the boat for the launch. And yeah.
So will you retire the LEQ12 after today or tomorrow?
Yeah, the idea is that this is the last week of 2-boat, and then the LEQ12 go for a bit on the shed, and AC40 will keep sailing for a bit with the youth and women, and I think we will see the big boat soon in the water.
Yeah, you're planning to launch the 75 here and sail a bit here before transferring to Barcelona? Is that the plan? or-
Maybe that can be the plan, and that depends a bit on the weather as well. Depends where we have everything ready, and the weather normally is very very good here in Cagliari, so we may take the opportunity to do so.
Gillo, ci lasci un commento per i supporters Luna Rossa?
Abbiamo fatto, anche se non abbiamo avuto tante giornate di navigazione questa settimana, quelle 2 uniche occasioni sono state veramente belle, i ragazzi stanno continuando a crescere, sicuramente il lavoro dei coach e dell'equipaggio si sta facendo molto interessante. Ci vediamo tra un pochino in mare con qualcosa di più importante.